Okay, so there are a few things I want to go over in this video that kind of talk about the evolution of not only your content, but your content flow, because productivity is kind of the foundation of all of this, right? And that kind of shows you how studying certain interests that may not seem monetizable have uh, applications to what you're doing on a daily basis in effort to monetize. Not only are you practicing these skills like copywriting, email marketing, social media growth, branding, all of this other stuff that are building your skill stack of marketable skills, but also studying your domain of mastery and just understanding yourself on a deeper level and the problems that you have. Eventually, you can form those into something that creates a very impactful solution for someone down the road. Now, I want to go over this little section here because this comes with time and iteration, right? This is kind of how I do things right now, but it's just a matter of it's called lifestyle design, right? And figuring out what works for you, because the way that I do things right now with my time and my resources and the time I've spent in the game and how easy and simple and easy some things are for me, it's not going to be that way for you. It's going to take you longer times. You're going to be doing work at different times in the day. And so I want to show you just a simple way that you can start to test and iterate what you think will work for you, because that's what you have to do. It's not going to be perfect the first time around. You have to do what you think will work perfect for you. And then that's how you hit roadblocks or you hit problems, and then you iterate and refine from there, and you test new things. It's lifestyle design. It's just how you improve at anything in life, right? So what I have here is just a simple board of what I do on a daily basis. Now, writing is an absolute must for all of us, but you can write different things here, right? So what are your lever moving tasks right now? It's probably, well, it depends on what stage you're at, but for, let's say, a beginner, it's writing tweets, engaging with people, writing a newsletter, possibly if you have the bandwidth to do so and the time to do so, DMing people. I said engaging and DMing with people, just want to make that clear. Threads, and just leveraging growth, like getting eyes on your threads and making sure that you are growing, right, with the strategies that we've talked about before. So what I personally like doing is I usually write every single morning for an hour. That's what I do. Writing is the foundation of everything I do in terms of content, right? So writing threads, writing newsletters, outlining stuff, writing tweets, whatever it may be. Now, if you want to structure this in a different way, where every Sunday, let's say you outline and plan your week and then only write tweets for the week, that's perfectly fine. If you want to write a thread every Tuesday, then you can structure it here and make it intentional, right? Because if you don't write it down, it's not going to happen. I promise you that. So you can write your thread if you want to write your newsletter. If you end up not liking scheduling all your tweets at one time and you want to try scheduling like 3 tweets a day for the day before, and you can sustain that, it's perfectly fine. But it's all a process of iteration and figuring things out for yourself and what works for you, because then you have experience in that and you can talk about it. If I just give you like, hey, do exactly this, it's kind of the point, like it's against the point of the entire course here, where I'm trying to teach you how to do these things on your own, so that way you have experience in these things and you figured things out for yourself, and that is extremely valuable specific knowledge, right? So that's what I'm trying to help you do, and that's why a lot of this is very ambiguous, because if I just tell you exactly what to do, it's not going to be as valuable as you figuring it out for yourself and actually learning the skills that will take you further than this course, okay? So that's just one thing I wanted to bring to mind, is that you should try to structure your weeks this way. And these usually can stem from your daily, weekly, monthly recurring tasks that you set for yourself and that you become aware of for yourself. What do you have to do every day? What do you have to do every week? What do you have to do every month, right? It's just productivity in general, and outlining and scheduling your months, days, and weeks is what is going to make the biggest difference. Now, The next thing that I wanted to talk about, I believe, has to do with analytics and just tweets in general. So, as you are writing tweets and as you are growing, I guarantee that you will notice what tweets do well for you. And you have to understand why they do well. And if they pull in followers, then you need to make note of that, right? You're the one that's going to be experiencing this. When you're growing, you're getting more engagement. You notice that one tweet is pulling in more followers than the other. And it's up to you to not only note that, but also to realize why that happened so that you can do it again, right? You need, if you get results with one tweet and you just let it like do nothing and you just let it be and you continue about your days, then you're missing out on some valuable information that could aid in your growth much faster, right? So that's one thing to keep an eye on with your own content, right? But another way you can do that, which we've talked about, is going to Twitter Analytics, and you get there by going to More, Analytics, you go here, and then every month you can set this as like a monthly reminder in Notion or on your own, and then you can look for the month, what were your top tweets, right? So there's like 4 here, and you can like start to question, okay, why did these do well? Why did this one get so much engagement? Now, this is proof in the pudding. I've rewritten this tweet maybe 5-6 times since my very start because I noticed it brought in more followers than other tweets. So I've just been writing different renditions of this tweet. So let's look here. Profile clicks, 53. Of course, it's only 20,000 impressions, but let's look here. Profile clicks, 672. That's actually not as much as I thought. So maybe this type of tweet isn't getting as much as last time. But then if I go to, how do I switch? Oh yeah, top tweets. I can look here. Did this one get a decent amount of profile clicks? It got a good amount, but the impression, so it's an average amount. I bet this one, since I'm flexing authority, got a ton of profile clicks. Yeah, 5,000. 5,000. So this got more profile clicks than this, but this did much better in terms of impressions. So this is more valuable to me because it's actually getting me followers. It's actually building authority. And it has a higher engagement rate, which is great. So this is just something to come in and study and make connections with on your own. But what you can do with these in the Inspiration Lab is take note of them. So every month you can either come through and you can create your own, again, you can do whatever you want with this, right? So you could highlight this entire thing, you could duplicate it, and then you could delete stuff, and then you could like change the numbers, of course, and add your own tweets in there. So then when it comes time to like either grow, it's like, let's say you're not growing, right? You need to grow. So you come here, I look at my top followers in July 2020. Your life sucks because your subconscious mind disapproves of your daily choices. So I'm assuming these two brought in the most followers. So I would just create a rendition of that, a better one, and hopefully it will start bringing in followers again and I'll start growing, right? So that's just one way to think of things and start to double down and iterate on your main ideas that are validated and are actually building your audience. It's important. It's a growth pillar. Remember the 3 pillars of social leverage: growth, authority, authenticity. So the last thing I want to talk about is a schedule, because this is a question for a lot of people. Now, when you're scheduling tweets or you're just writing tweets, it's always the question of what post times work best. Now, again, it's up to you in figuring it out. But what I've noticed, the best that I've seen is usually between in Eastern time, let's say Eastern time, it's about 5 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern time, right? Really any time within that, and then you can start to test and shift around certain things. But the main thing that really gets engagement is posting at the same time every day. So people get in the habit of knowing that you are going to post around that time, and you start to get more engagement the more consistent you are with those post times. Now, don't get too neurotic about this, because at the end of the day, it's how good is your content, right? And how big is your audience and how many people are going to be online throughout that day. So when in doubt, just send the tweet. Just send the tweet. That's really it. And then another thing is the evergreen queue. So inside Tweet Hunter with Evergreen, what an evergreen queue is, I don't have it on or anything scheduled, but it automatically retweets your best tweets. So in here, it adds any tweet that reaches 800 likes for me, right? So yours could be 50 likes, it could be 100, it could be 500. But then if I ever want to write a high engaging tweet, I just come into Tweet Hunter and look at all these and like reword them, right? So this is on top of all the idea generation stuff that we've had. And yeah, I can just come in here and rewrite something or generate more ideas. That's how it works. So that's it for this video. I will see you in the next module.